The Treasury Department says it will look into whether Florida Governor Ron Desantis used state COVID-19 funding to pay to move migrants to Martha's Vineyard. The congressional delegation from Massachusetts sent them a letter calling for a full investigation.
And this marks the first time federal authorities have acknowledged that they're looking into these transports. For more on this, let's bring in Democratic Congressman Jake Auchincloss. He represents Massachusetts' 4th District, and he was also a member of the delegation that sent that request for an investigation into the Treasury. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Now, this is the first time federal authorities have said that they are investigating these migrant transports. First, let me ask you this. What authority does the Treasury Department have in a situation like this?
It has auditing authority. The Office of the Inspector General within Treasury has the authority to audit the state use of federal funds. These funds were designed to help get Americans back to work, get kids back to school, get shots into arms, to fund local infrastructure like water and broadband. They were not meant to further Ron DeSantis' presidential ambitions, and the American taxpayer deserves accountability.
And Congressman, there have been several legal challenges to the flight. Senator Markey has asked the Department of Transportation to investigate further. Why did the Massachusetts delegation choose to go through the Treasury Department?
Treasury is the primary auditor of the use of American Rescue Plan funds, and the Florida state legislature and governor are claiming that they use the interest off of those ARP funds. And so Treasury is the appropriate executive agency to be auditing and bringing transparency to whether all the laws of the land were followed.
And as a congressman in Massachusetts, what kind of direct impact are you seeing from this in your state?
Massachusetts is going to do what we've done for 400 years, which is to welcome immigrants and refugees, to help them build new lives here where they contribute to our communities and our economy. Americans know from Massachusetts to Florida that our immigration system in this country is broken. And we need to offer a pathway to citizenship for dreamers and others who want to contribute to our country. And we also need to ensure that we have a secure border. It needs to be secure and accessible. Democrats, since the George W. Bush administration, have been offering bipartisan solutions to do that. Republicans don't want to solve immigration. Republicans want to campaign on it, as we have seen with Governor DeSantis.
So, that being said, you're talking about the big picture, but with this investigation, what are you hoping to achieve with this specific investigation into Governor DeSantis' use of funds?
We're honoring the taxpayer. When Americans pay their taxes, they want to know that those tax funds are being used in accordance with the law. We owe that to people in a democratic society. And especially with costs high right now, we owe to them fidelity and a sharp pencil when it comes to how we're spending their hard-earned dollars.
And speaking more broadly, Congressman, do you think the Biden administration is doing enough right now to help ease the situation on the southern border?
The Biden administration has been sending significant resources to crack down on human trafficking and drug trafficking, which both parties understand is a significant issue. We know that we need to provide other avenues for immigration into this country. We need to reduce visa waiting times. We need to expand bandwidth in our immigration courts and in due process hearings. If we do these things, if we widen the gate for legal entry into this country, we are going to have less of an issue with the attempts to enter this country illegally. Again, Americans deserve an immigration system that is secure and accessible. We want a secure border. We also want to offer a pathway to citizenship for newcomers to this country, because we are a nation of immigrants and we are made immeasurably richer, both economically and culturally, by newcomers.
Congressman Jake Auchincloss, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Good to be on.
And CBS News has reached out to Governor DeSantis' team for comment about this investigation. We have yet to hear back. However, his communications director told another news outlet, quote, "Reviews by Treasury are typical and, as stated by the OIG, are part of its oversight responsibilities."